Less than 2 months left until 2025, and with the start of the new year, a ton of new anime will be coming in January. So, I thought before 2024 ends, let's take a look at the last works of this year. All the anime I'm going to talk about are from the fall season, and almost all of them have aired about 6 episodes so far. So, let's start with the first, Victim. Why do I say Victim? Because the first anime is Blue Lock. I honestly can't explain how much I was looking forward to the second season of Blue Lock, just to experience that excitement of the matches again. But what did they show me? A PNG that looks like it's flying in the air. It wasn't interesting at all. Even saying it's not bad would be too optimistic. Where did all the money they made from the first season and manga sales go? And to make sure nothing is clear, they added a lot of colors and effects. This isn't bad production, it's pure laziness. The overall story isn't bad, but when the match scenes are like this, watching them is truly painful. The scenes that I couldn't take my eyes off before have now turned into things that bore me. If the match scenes aren't smooth and engaging, the audience gets tired of watching the anime. Exactly like here. For such a famous anime, this situation is really a disaster. Now, let's talk about Re:Zero. New season, new pain. This anime is continuing with the same quality as before. They made the first episode 90 minutes long with a right decision, and that made for a really strong start. It was a good start for us, but for Subaru, it means a new season of his traumas has begun. Not much to say, it's continuing in the third season with the same quality as the previous ones. One interesting thing is that it seems Emilia has gotten a small buff. We thought the buff was going to go to Subaru, but looks like it went to Emilia. Now, let's move on to another anime. Imagine in every anime where there's a demon lord, he comes and duels with the hero of that era and gets killed. Then, after 500 years, in the year 2099, thanks to one of his subordinates, he comes back to life. This is the story of Demon Lord 2099. Now, the Demon Lord who was stuck in the past finds himself in the middle of a cyberpunk world. Honestly, I'm not really into the cyberpunk vibe because I don't like the mecha genre. But after watching Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, my opinion changed, and I decided to give this one a try. The Demon Lord, after waking up, realizes the world has changed so much and that he needs to adapt to it. But the real problem starts when he finds out one of his old subordinates has betrayed him. Since he no longer has his previous power and the situation has changed, he can't do much. His power only returns when people believe in him or have feelings, whether positive or negative, towards him. So he decides to gain power this way and also make a living, so he becomes a streamer. How was the story? Honestly, the Japanese always surprise you with their fantasies. They took the great Demon Lord and turned him into a streamer. As for the design and animation, I have to say they did a really good job. So far, I've only seen one real battle. It's more of an entertaining anime. Watching it won't disappoint you, but on the other hand, you won't be saying, wow, that was so good. Bleach New Season. I really missed this anime. Especially watching Bleach with such high-level animation was an amazing experience. In terms of animation, they've really created a masterpiece. Everything else is just what you'd expect from Bleach. Not much more to say other than it's genuinely enjoyable. Another new one from the Sword Art Online series. I still don't understand how this anime has so many different stories. They keep releasing new versions, new something from it all the time. Bro, seriously, enough already. Let this series go. Nothing good will come from it anymore. None of them will be as good as the original. Arifureta Season 3. The first 2 seasons of this anime, for some reason, have stuck in my mind. If you don't know it, here's a quick summary. The main character and his classmates are summoned to another world. The main character is betrayed. He decides to get stronger. He starts gathering girls. He gets a little stronger. Then he gathers more girls. The overall structure is like that, a classic isekai anime. The only difference is that the main character is a bit more selfish, which makes it slightly more interesting. For example, in Season 1, the psychological changes of the main character and the vampire girl were interesting to me. Maybe that's why I liked it. Besides that, nothing special. Just a typical isekai. Like I said, I enjoyed the first season, but Season 2 has already started to bore me. A mid-tier isekai anime. Now that we're talking about it, let me finish this one too. Seirei Gensouki Season 2. Same theme again, just a different version. Still an isekai. Once again, the main character is strong. But this time, he's more benevolent. From the very first episode, another girl joins the group. Honestly, I don't have much to say. I found Season 1 much easier to watch, but Season 2? It's really boring because it doesn't offer anything new. Same old story, strong main character and girls. That's it. Now, let's talk about Blue Box. Every season, there's always a romantic anime that stands out. Last season, Alya Sanda was a hit, and this season it's Blue Box. Even before its trailer was released, it caught attention because of its animation and graphics. The main character is Taiki. He's a badminton player at a sports school, and he's in love with Kano, who plays basketball. Taiki is trying to win her heart and attract her. This anime is really good in terms of animation, and the rest of it is kept just as well. There are no exaggerated reactions, no weird scenes, and no side female characters jumping straight at the main character. Each of the characters thinks, reacts, and behaves like real people. When this blends with good animation, it becomes very appealing and enjoyable to watch. It even has a few funny scenes. I can say this anime is one of the good romance ones this season, and definitely worth watching. But Kimi wa Meido-sama is exactly the opposite of Blue Box. Those things I mentioned about Blue Box? Well, this anime is the complete opposite. It has exaggerated reactions, side female characters rushing to the main character, and a lot of unrealistic elements. The story goes like this. The main character, the boy of the story, is at home during his summer vacation, just resting, when his house gets knocked on. At the door is a girl looking for a job. But this girl is actually a professional assassin sent by her employer to his house. The boy thinks the girl has nowhere else to go, so he lets her stay as a maid. The problem is, she has no skills in housework. She only knows how to kill people. On the other hand, because the girl was trained as a professional assassin from a young age, she has no emotions. But gradually, thanks to the boy, she starts experiencing feelings. This anime is a romantic comedy with everything you could want. Its designs are quite unique. I have to say, I really liked the designs of this anime, especially the reactions that the maid shows in different moments, which were really interesting. I think it's a great anime for entertainment and passing time. Dandadan made waves even before it was released due to its unique concept. The story revolves around two main characters. This is Ken Takakura. He believes in aliens, but not in ghosts. And this is Ace Momo. She believes in ghosts, but not in aliens. They bet each other and start searching for ghosts and aliens, only to realize that both of them were right. Because both ghosts and aliens exist. But in the middle of all this, unfortunately, our friend Ken Takakura loses something very valuable. Yes, a ghost steals something from him that shouldn't have been stolen. What did I just say? The Japanese always find a way to surprise you. Dandadan was truly one of the weirdest anime I've ever seen. It's as if someone completely emptied their mind, and this story came out of it. The animation, action scenes, designs, and flow of the story were all amazing. Watching this anime was a different experience that was strangely enjoyable. On top of all this, in this bizarre story, the writer added a little bit of romance, which made it even more captivating. All of these events take place in a school setting. As I said, the animation was fantastic, and I really enjoyed watching it. By the way, this anime also has a super cute grandma. And now, let's talk about the anime 365 Days Until Marriage. I seriously regret the day I watched this anime. The main story is about Takuya, who works at a travel agency. The company opens a new branch in a very cold, snowy place. And 1 year later, someone is supposed to be sent there. However, there's a condition. Only married people can go. So Takuya and Rika, who don't want to go, decide to fake a marriage. From here on, the story follows the most predictable path. Over time, the two begin to develop feelings for each other. But it's not just a romance story. It's the story of two socially awkward people trying to interact with the opposite sex. Honestly, these two made me so frustrated. Even responding to their messages took 10 hours. They got excited about silly things. And the guy tried 3 times to put a fake ring on her finger. Why? Why? It's just a ring. Why is it so hard? Each episode felt like it lasted an hour, and I genuinely felt like I was dying from boredom and then coming back to life. Turns out, this anime isn't for me. Now, on to Gami-san. The story is about a poor, orphaned main character who goes to a temple to live for free and make his life easier. You might not believe it, but Oreo has no faith in gods. At the temple, there are 3 sisters running things. The story starts when Oreo agrees to live at the temple and receive money for school from the temple's head, on the condition that he marries one of the 3 sisters to become the head of the temple. This is where the writer managed to grab the audience's attention pretty well. Do you like girls with soft and sweet personalities? Go for the middle sister. Prefer fun and athletic girls? Take the youngest. Or do you like older, confident, and bold girls? Then, the oldest sister is for you. This is one of those romantic harem anime that comes out every year. Nothing particularly special happens in it. It's just a totally fun anime that's more suited for passing time. Uzumaki. This anime truly started off poorly, and I really have no words for it. Just know that it was made by a studio known for producing hentai, and the animation is terrible. The first episode was fine, but after that it fell apart. It's like they spent all their efforts on the first episode and nothing else. Now, there's an anime with a long name coming up next. I saved this one for last because, in my opinion, it's the best anime of this season. It surprised me in the most unexpected way. In this world, there's a place called Abyss. Due to certain conditions, the gates of the Abyssinian world open to our world, and monsters come out. These monsters are fought by a group of adventurers called Seekers. Seekers are classified into categories like assassin, warrior, mage, and so on. The main character's grandfather is one of the greatest and most powerful warriors. Our main character, Noel, wants to become a legendary seeker like his grandfather. But his role isn't as a warrior, he's a speaker, which has the least importance. Speakers can command their teammates to boost their powers or confuse enemies. This role is tactical and functional, but not individually powerful. Therefore, they need teammates. Still, Noel doesn't give up on his goal to become the best seeker. So, what makes this anime the best of the season? First of all, the main character is awesome. I'm tired of seeing weak and whiny characters. The main character is focused on his goal, smart, ruthless, and always reacts appropriately. When you watch the character, you enjoy it. This anime feels more like real life. At any moment, someone could betray someone else. Even here, the main character always reacts the right way to betrayals. The anime had great animation and a fast pace. I never got bored watching it and was excited to move on to the next episode. There were moments that truly surprised me. In my opinion, this is one of the best anime of this season. A great action-adventure anime that deserves more recognition. The video ends here. For more content like this, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, I'm off now.